Welcome tonight, everybody. Welcome tonight. Welcome tonight. It's Campbell time tonight. Campbell time tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, Audrey. Alrighty, welcome tonight, everybody. Welcome tonight, everybody. Welcome. It's Campbell time tonight. Campbell time tonight. Hey, tonight is not church. Tonight is Campbell time. Better believe that. Welcome, Robert. Good to see you. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's Tuesday evening, and it's Campbell time, not church. Not church. We're not having church tonight. Not church tonight. This is Campbell time when I get to talk a little bit to you guys. Not church tonight. We're going to talk tonight. We launched this program last week. We launched Campbell Time last week. And Campbell Time is where I come on here and just talk about stuff that's bothering me. Stuff that's going on around here that's bothering me, and have a conversation. So Tuesday night is conversation night. Tuesday night is conversation night, all right? And so as you come in, I want to take this opportunity. Those of you in Jamaica don't know nothing about this, but here in America, it's Thanksgiving season. I learned about this when I came here. It's Thanksgiving season, and so I would like to wish everybody that knows about Thanksgiving, everybody that bless you, Monique, Mo Miller, everybody that knows about Thanksgiving, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you, you and your families, and those of you that will be traveling, for Thanksgiving to and from different places, families, to get together with your families. I want to wish you a safe travel. Pray that God will watch over you and keep you and bring you back safely. Now, like I said, tonight is Campbell time. This is not church. We're not talking church tonight. We're not talking nothing about church tonight. This is the night when I just talk, when I get a moment and I take a moment. Matter of fact, folks been asking me a long time ago, why don't I come on and talk about subject? Why don't I come on and talk about what's going on? And I stayed away from that for a while. I literally purposely stayed away from that for a while and decided I was just going to come on here and teach and preach the word. But it becomes necessary for me to have a talk night. It becomes necessary for me to have a talk night, all right? So Tuesday nights, we're going to just talk. We're going to talk on Tuesday nights. And something that will be very nice on here on Tuesday night is if you guys could talk back to me. Talk back to me on the chat. Talk back to me on the chat. So I'm in Studio B tonight. And we're doing Bless You, Lakeisha. Bless you, Audrey. Bless you, Robert. Bless you, Monica, out of Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. Greetings. Bless you all. Hey, listen, tonight, we're going to talk tonight about some stuff. We're going to talk about some stuff tonight, all right? Little stuff here, little stuff there. So join the conversation. Now, if this is not for you, you can go to bed. If this is not for you, you can go to bed. If this is not for you, you can go to bed. But this is not church tonight. I'm not talking about church tonight. I'm talking about stuff. Campbell time is me talking about stuff. And the views you hear here are my views. The views you will hear here are my views and my views alone. All right? All right. We try to stay away from calling names so we don't get sued. But anyway, listen, like I was telling you, it's Thanksgiving time. And let me go over to my page. Boom. Yeah, that's my... Listen to me. Anywhere this is happening Thanksgiving Day, this is where I want to be. Anywhere this kind of food is happening Thanksgiving Day, this is where I want to be. Anywhere this kind of food is happening on Thanksgiving Day, this is where I want to be. Who cooking? Who cooking? For those of you from Jamaica who don't know, Thanksgiving is when everybody cook and get together and bring food and have a good time. That's what they say, Thanksgiving. But listen, who's cooking? Call me, I'll fly. I get on a plane and come. Anywhere this kind of food is happening Thanksgiving Day, this is where I want to be. So call me quickly. You better call quickly before Pastor Zena start cooking. You better call quickly before Pastor Zena start cooking, all right? But that's the kind of stuff I want to be eating on Thanksgiving Day. Called a Jamaica Thanksgiving Day. We're going to call it a Jamaica Thanksgiving Day. A Jamaican Thanksgiving Day in America. That's the kind of food I want to be eating Thanksgiving Day. What do you say? Happy Thanksgiving? Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Same to you. But that's the kind of food I want to be eating, and that's where I want to be, whoever cooking. Which family member cooking? If you're cooking that stuff, call me. let's make arrangements. And I'll show up. I'll show up. I'll come sit at the table. Oh, that's on my Facebook page. I'm on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. That's what I'm on, showing you this picture tonight. But that's where I like to be, right there, for Thanksgiving. That's where I like to be for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Anybody cooking? Huh? Nobody not responding. All righty. All righty. Oh man, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this picture right here, and I'm starting to get hungry. I'm starting to get hungry looking at this picture right there. I started to get hungry just looking at that picture. Just looking at it, I start to get hungry. But anywhere this kind of food is happening on Thanksgiving, that's where I want to be. Which house is having that kind of food? That's where I want to be. Right at that house right there, that's having that kind of food. Monique said, yes, I'm cooking the traditional Thanksgiving meal. The traditional meal, okay. The turkey and the stuff, they're cooking turkey and ham and all that stuff for Thanksgiving. Oh, man, but this is where I want to be. Bless your mother, but that's where I want to be, where they're cooking that stuff for Thanksgiving. Jamaican Thanksgiving, that's where I want to be. Yeah. That's where I want to be. Robert said, come over this. Robert said, come over this Friday. I'll be cooking curry goat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Listen to me. So listen. Monique, before you go to bed, listen, I need some help, somebody. I need some help from some health buff. If you're a health buff, listen, seriously, I do need some help. You know what I need some help with? I need to, look, my stomach, my stomach, my gut is getting out of control again. My stomach is getting out of control again, and I need to lose it. I need somebody to tell me the quickest way to lose it. I need help. I need some help. Listen. I need to lose this gut right here, and that's because I love to eat. And everywhere I go, there's food. Everywhere I go, there is food. But I looked in the mirror the other day. As a matter of fact, I tried putting some clothes on, and when I tried to put the clothes on, it wasn't buttoning right anymore. It wasn't. Listen, I tried putting some clothes on and it wasn't buttoning right anymore. Huh? It wasn't buttoning right anymore. And as a result of that, I come to the conclusion and the realization that I need to lose this gut right here. I need to lose this gut right here. I need somebody who's the expert on losing guts. Who's the expert on losing guts? I need you to tell me how to lose it real quickly. And please, don't tell me to do don't tell me to do no crunches, all right? Don't tell me to do no crunches. Don't tell me to do no crunches. Monique said, increase your protein intake and drink lots of water. Stay away from fried and greasy food and walk 30 minutes a day. I'm literally going to write all these stuff down and try them, you know. I'm literally going to write this stuff down and try them because I seriously want to look GQ again. I want to get my GQ figure back. My GQ. I want to get my GQ figure back. I can't look GQ with this gut. I have to get rid of it. And it's not healthy either. Robert, I love to eat. That's the problem. I love to eat, and I love to taste stuff. I love to eat. I have a problem. I love to eat. And every meeting you go is food. That's what. Every meeting I attend, there's food. Every meeting I attend, there's always some kind of food. And I love to eat. I'm trying not to eat. But I need to lose. Monique, I'm going to take you up on that. Increase your protein intake and drink lots of water. Stay away from fried and greasy food. And walk 30 minutes a day. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to try that. No soda, no sugar drink. Oh, boy. I got to get away from the ginger ale. I got to get away from the ginger ale. The ginger ale is terrible. The ginger ale is terrible. But all right, so I'm going to take notes of your suggestions. I'm going to take note of your suggestions, and I'm going to work on this health issue of mine. Yeah, I'm going to work on this health issue of mine. Yeah, I'm going to work on this health issue of mine. I got to lose this gut right here. You know, I did it one time, and my gut was so flat, I thought I had a six-pack for a minute there. I thought I had a six-pack. I thought I had a six-pack there for a minute. But then all of a sudden, I fast on Wednesday. I fast on Wednesdays, and on special occasion, I fast for people. When I go on fast for people, I fast. But all the fasting I do, I still have the gut. All the fasting I do, I still have the gut. But anyway, that's something I am working on. Y'all help me. Y'all want to help me so I could be able to preach longer? Y'all help me. All right. Try my drink, Bishop. I do warmer only. You do what? I'm going to be reading all y'all stuff later. But anyway, let me get into some stuff now. Let me get into some stuff that I want to talk about now. Hey, listen. So I'm going to tell you something, and don't y'all come on in and tell me I'm a preacher. I'm not talking to you like a preacher right now. I'm talking to you like a citizen, a normal citizen, a normal citizen, a normal human being, all right? I'm talking to you like a normal human being right now. But listen, it's like, you know, I come on and I preach and teach the Bible and tell you what the Bible said to go happen in the last days and all. I do that. You know, we know Scripture and we do Scripture. But any of you feel like we're living in crazy seasons lately? Is there any of you who feel like me, like we're just living in a crazy season lately? We're living in a crazy season, a crazy period lately. I feel like I'm in a different time zone, living on a different planet. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm in a different time zone, living a different planet, living a different life because things are so crazy right now. Anybody else feel the same way? I changed subject now. I've changed subject from my gut, and I'm talking issues now. I changed subject from talking about my gut and my stomach, rather. My stomach. And I'm talking about issues right now. Hey, listen, so I've been following the news. I've been following what's going on in our country, and I've been following all the different talks and promises that people have been making about what they're going to be doing. I've been following that kind of stuff. And one of the things that caught my attention more than anything is that ever since the election on November 5th, ever since the election in America on November 5th, so many companies have closed. So many companies have literally closed down. And these companies that closed down, they have left thousands of people out of work. Thousands of people have lost their job during this holiday season after the election because so many companies have closed down. I was watching the news the other day, and over in Michigan, where a Pepsi plant closed, they had, I think, 4,700 union members there that works there, and they just closed. No signal, no sign, no warning, no nothing. People showed up for work and was told the plant is closed, and they're union workers, just closed, gone. A tire factory in New York, same thing. Boom, just closed. Boom. Right here, right just in the holidays, right when we're in Thanksgiving and when Christmas is around the corner. They just closed. I've counted so far about 8 different companies that have closed, literally closed their doors. Not to mention other companies that didn't close but started laying off workers. I was asking around and was trying to find out why are these people closing. And the response that the popular response that I was able to garner is that people are closing in expectation of the promises that was made during the election campaign. And one of the big things that's scaring people right now is the president-elect has promised that he is going to charge tariff on imported goods. He's going to charge tariffs on imported goods. And Walmart, one of the country's largest retailer, just recently reduced their imports in half. Walmart, one of the America's largest retailer, reduced their imports, their holiday imports, in half. And when asked why are they doing that, they're doing this in preparation for the tariff that the president-elect indicated that he's going to levy on companies, on imports. So a lot of people are not in a good place today. Not a lot of people are in a good place today. If you're watching me tonight and you have lost your job, I just want to tell you that I am so sorry that you have lost your job. I'm so sorry that your plant closed. And I pray that you get another job real quick. I pray that for your family's sake and for your sake that you'll find another job real quick. I have a suspicion, listen to me, I have a suspicion that the companies that close, Monique, the companies that close that were union shops, I have a suspicion that what they're eventually going to do is they're going to offer those employees back their jobs, but without the union. I believe that's what they're going to do. I have a suspicion. I have a sneaky suspicion that that's what they're planning to do. I think they're planning to give these people back the job, make them an offer back for the job, but this time without the union. Yeah, without the union, and cheaper salaries. Without the union and cheaper salaries. And if they don't want to take the job back because they won't have a union or they're making less, the company's going to turn around and find other people to pay them what they want to pay. I think that's what they're going to do. And one of the reasons for that is the incoming administration. The incoming administration is not really a fan of unions. Not really a fan of union. So that's another problem. That's another problem. Hey, listen. Those of you that's listening, and those of you who go to church, you know, y'all could act deep. Y'all could act deep and save and Holy Ghost fill and everything. But I got to tell you something. I have to tell you something. Everything that's happening is going to affect you with your Holy Ghost self. Everything that's happening is going to affect you, affect me with our saved Holy Ghost self, because we live in the country. We live in the country. And I know your argument is going to be Jesus is in control. Yes, God is in control. But while God is in control, whatever happens is going to affect all of us, one way or another. All right? So while we're saved and we have Jesus and we have salvation and we live in this world, the things of the world is going to affect us. Going to affect us. Y'all got silent on me tonight. Don't go silent on me. I'm talking about stuff that's going to affect you. And all these people losing their jobs too is going to affect the church. All these people losing their job is going to affect somebody's church, because some of these people are members of somebody's church. So they're going to lose their job, so the church going to lose the tithing and the offering too. So y'all sit there and think that everything that's happening, that's going to affect you. Yeah, it's going to affect you. Ain't that right? All right. So that's what's going on. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their jobs. Right after the election, right smack dead after the election. Last week I came on here and I showed you what inflation was and asked you to make a note of that. On election day, inflation was 2%. 2%. And I told you to write that down. Write that down. Inflation was 2% on election day. On election day, unemployment was the lowest it has ever been in 50 years. I am not making that up. On election day, or the day before election, unemployment has been an all-time low. In 50 years. Inflation was 2%. Unemployment was at an all-time low, a 50-year all-time low. The stock market was booming. The stock market, the Dow was booming. Futures were up. The stock market was booming. And I told you all to write that down, because things is about to change. Things are about to change because based on promises that was made during the election, everybody's getting nervous. Companies getting nervous. The banks are getting nervous. Investors are getting nervous. Yeah. And when all these things put together start happening, the end result is not good. When everybody start getting nervous, the end result is not good. I'm just, Robert, don't shoot the messenger. Tell him don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what's going on, right? Because church people, for some strange reason, I don't think church people really stop. I don't think so. Church people really think about it. So some of us are so deep spiritual that we're not even thinking about the natural things that eventually is going to affect us. Some of you, not everybody. There's some church folk who are very, very smart, very intelligent, and very, 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 very connected with an understanding of what's happening. All right, another subject. So another area, we just talked about the jobs. Now here's another area. Another area that's beginning to see some issues is the issue of immigration. The issue of immigration. You know how everybody was dogging immigrants and everything, immigrants, undocumented immigrants and everything? But let me tell you something. I posted this on my page because this is the real issue here. Undocumented immigrants have started not to show up on the farms. They have started not to show up on the farms already for fear of deportation. Undocumented immigrants who are working on the farms and working in the meat packing industry, they have stopped going to work already. Some have stopped going to work already. Now, when this started happening, and there's nobody to work the farms, there's nobody to work the meat packing business, there's going to be a shortage of everything. And what do you know? When there's a shortage of things, price increase. When there's a shortage of things, prices increase. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. So based on the fact that immigrants are not showing up on the farms and immigrants stop going to work in the packaging companies, there's a shortage of workers. There is a shortage of workers now in these particular areas. And in these particular areas, when there's a shortage of work, when there's a shortage of work in these particular area, it brings about a shortage in our food supply. It brings about a shortage in our food supply. I was thinking the other day, Robert, I see you. I was thinking the other day that I might need to fly to Jamaica to eat. I was thinking the other day it might get to the point where I have to fly to Jamaica to go get some food. Go get some yams, some dumplings, and some bananas. I might have to fly to Jamaica to get that stuff. Go fly to Jamaica and have a meal for a week and come back. Get me some curry goat, some oxtails, some cow foot, some stewed peas and rice, and some dumplings and some yams. Bless you, Sister Alice. I might have to fly to Jamaica when that happened to go eat. Remember I was just talking about my health, but we still got to eat. You still have to eat. But this is what's up. This is what up. Because undocumented immigrants won't go to work. The farms and the packaging plants, the price of food will increase dramatically. As a matter of fact, egg prices are already up. Listen, I'm not making this up. Whatever I'm saying to you, you could Google it. Whatever I am saying to you, you could Google it. Yeah. Anything I'm saying to you, you could Google it. I decided for us to talk about this stuff because I decided to talk about this stuff because it's affecting us. It's going to affect us all one way or another. It's going to affect you with your saved self. If you're saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost, you're going to go to the store and can't get no food. You're going to be speaking in tongues and can't find no food while you're speaking in tongues. Because this is what's about to happen. I'm going to tell you something I was thinking. I'm going to say out loud something that I was thinking, and I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy, right? I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy. But I was thinking this, right? So everybody's talking about immigrants and immigrants this and immigrant that, and they want to send immigrant home and everything. I was thinking, what if, for example, the NAACP or the National Action Network decided to encourage a day. Listen to this. I was just thinking it, and I'm just going to share with you what I was thinking, okay? Don't go crazy on me now. I'm just telling you what I was thinking. As much as they're talking about immigrants in this country, as much as they're bad-mouthing immigrants in this country, I was thinking, what if one day the NAACP or the National Action Network would get up one day and said, you know what? On such and such a date, for example, on December 15th, we are going to institute and we want you to participate in a immigrant strike, where if you're immigrant, everybody call out sick. All immigrants call out sick from work. Well, what if the NAACP, you know how in America they like to march for everything? What if the National Action Network and the NAACP comes up with this and said, listen, on such and such a day, we want all immigrants. If you are an immigrant, we are asking you not to go to work for the next 2 days. Stay home. Take sick time. You're sick. Take a day off. And on this particular day, no immigrants will go to work. Can you for 1 minute think about what America will be like? That's what I was thinking. Can you imagine what America would be like if all immigrants don't go to work for a day? Could you imagine the effect that would have on America if all immigrants don't go to work one day? It would be devastating because the country would probably shut down. The country will probably shut down. So as much as the talk is about immigrant this and we need to send immigrants home and all that kind of stuff, if there are no immigrants, legal or illegal, whatever, legal or illegal, this country would be in bad shape. You don't believe me? Go ask the farmers right now in Florida. Go ask the farmers right now in Florida. Go ask the builders in Texas right now, because the illegal aliens that used to go work the building projects, they're not going to work no more. So the builders are having a hard time doing the job, getting the job done. Huh? I'm just saying. If the National Action Network or the NAACP would decide to do a march and decided that on such and such a day, if you're an immigrant, all immigrants, take a day off, don't go to work. Take a day off, don't go to work. Take a day off, don't go to work. I'm on the air. Take a day off. Don't go. I'm on the air, son. Does the audience see me? No, but I'm on the air. Go log on to the channel. I'm on the air. My son, listen. Could you imagine the catastrophe that would be? Huh? We shut down America. So all the people that's bad man, immigrants and all that, you got to be careful what you're asking for. You have to be careful what you're asking for, because you have to think about the fact that what if somebody designed a program like the National Action Network or the NAACP decided, listen, we're going to have a day of immigrant strike. And all immigrants don't go to work. The plants will be shut down. The whole country will be shut down because there's an immigrant everywhere. There's immigrants even in the Secret Service. There's immigrants in the Secret Service. There are immigrants in the police department, the military. Immigrants are everywhere in this country. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And we need to think about this kind of stuff. We need to think about this kind of stuff. We need to think about these things. We need to think about these things. You know, it's good to church. It's good to church and have church, but real life issues affect church people. Real life issues. Listen, I've been telling people, and I'm going to tell you on here again, if I were you, I would start stocking up on food. I would start stocking up the basement, stocking up your house with non-perishable food, stocking up on water, bottled water, stocking up, because I am telling you right now that there is going to be a shortage. When they start doing this roundup that is being promised, there's going to be a shortage because they can't find people to do the labor. They can't find regular Americans to do the labor. Because a lot of works, listen to me, and this is what people don't talk about a lot here. A lot of the works that the illegal alien does, Americans don't want to do that work. Americans don't want to do those. They don't want to work the fields. They don't want to work the meat packing. So all this talk about immigrants taking their job, they don't want to do it. Have you ever driven past a farm in Florida and see white people working it? Seriously, have you ever driven past an orange grove in Florida? And when you look over there, you see white people, white Americans picking orange. Think about that. They don't want to do that work. Go to the meat packing plant and tell me how many white people you see in there doing meat packing and sorting meat. They don't want those jobs. So when you chase off the immigrants, how you going to get the job done? Everywhere I drive, I happen to travel the country, and everywhere I drive, there's a sign up. We're hiring. Everywhere. We're hiring signs all over the country because people can't find people to work because everybody is picky about the work they want to do. As the same people, when the immigrant comes and do the work that they don't want to do, then they get upset to say immigrant take their job. You didn't want to do that job. And the people, the employers, have to find somebody to do it. That's what's up. I'm not making this up. This is facts I'm telling you. I'm not making this up. I'm telling you what's going on. Like I told you, I'm not having church tonight. Tonight is Campbell time, and we just talking about the events, the issues of the day. Talking about the issues of the day and what's really going on in the country and how it's going to affect us. All of us. It's going to affect all of us. One of the big mistakes people make sometimes is thinking that, oh, that's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect me. And all the people that's saying, oh, get those people out of the country. They say that, and they say, oh, that's not going to affect me. Really? We'll see. Now, like I said, the views expressed here are my views. My views as citizen of the United States of America. These are my views. I'm sharing my views with you. Talking about my views on here with you. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm not going to keep you all night while I yap. Huh? All right. So that's that for that. Another hot topic I want to touch on tonight. I want to touch on another hot topic tonight before we go to bed, because this is very important. This is very important. Another hot topic I want to touch on tonight. So one of our very famous bishop, had a medical emergency last Sunday and was rushed from the pulpit to the hospital. And when I look at social media and I listen to people, I really shake my hand. And what I would like to say to people, and what you need to say to people, is this. I want you to say this to people, because I wrote this the other day, and this is what I have to say. Seriously. This is how I feel, really. I wrote, dear church people, you should be praying for Bishop Jakes at this time, not gossiping about him. Use your mouth to pray for him. You should be praying for the bishop at this time, not gossiping about him. Use your mouth to pray for him. And I really mean that. I really seriously do mean that. We should be praying for the bishop. He had a medical emergency. He's still a human being. Should be praying for him. Not gossiping about the man. And something I've come to realize about church and church people is sometimes some of the meanest people you can find sometime on the planet is church people that call themselves church people. So the meanest people, mean like a junkyard dog, is people sometimes that call themselves church people. It's like they rejoice when something happened to people. When as a Christian, you're supposed to be praying for somebody when something happened. And the worst part is when you look at what's going on or look at social media, is people claiming to be Christians that's gossiping and criticizing instead of praying for the man. I often wonder, why are church people like this? I often wonder why, bless you, LaToya Calvin, I often wonder, why are church people like this? Why is it people that go to church and claim to know it all in the spiritual realm and the religious realm, why do we like to rejoice when our own brothers and sisters fall into sickness, fall into temptation? Why we like to rejoice and gossip about that? Why? Why? We should be praying for the man. I'm telling you, the views expressed here are my views. Okay? It's Campbell time. I'm not doing church. This is not church tonight. I'm just talking about the events of the day. Started this on Tuesday night last week, doing Campbell time. All right? But we supposed to be praying for somebody. Not rejoice when somebody falls. Not rejoice when somebody gets sick. Huh? Why do church people do that stuff? Why are you saved and you operate like that? Why do you worship God, so-called, and operate like that? You rejoice when something happens to somebody. Huh? You know, a couple of years ago, I made the statement and I got into a lot of trouble. I took a lot of heat for it, but I still share the same opinion. I still share this same opinion. A couple of years ago, I said this, and I did say this from the pulpit too. I was preaching a message, and just happened to drop this in there in the sermon that if I ever get into trouble and have to be in court, when my lawyer is picking the jury, you know how the lawyers, both side lawyers, when it's time to pick a jury, everybody's picking the jury. I said this. I said I don't want no Christian on my jury. I said listen. I said this a couple of years ago, and some people, got upset when I said it. But I'm serious. I really do mean it. If I ever get in trouble and I have to pick a jury, I don't want no church person. I don't want no Christian on my jury. You understand me? I don't want no Christian on my jury. I want unsaved people on my jury. It's supposed to be a jury of my peers, but I don't want no Christian people on there. Because the Christian people, they're going to judge me harder than the people in the world. I said, but give me some sinners on my jury. If I get in trouble and have to go to court. And I really do mean that. And don't put no preachers on there either. I don't want no preacher on my jury. I don't want no holiness person on my jury. I don't want no church people on my jury. I want unsaved people on my jury because I believe I stand a better chance. It's sad to say, but I feel like that. I stand a better chance. I stand a better chance with some unsaved people on my jury judging me than church folks. Because church folks will condemn you in a minute. Church folk will look at you, and before they even hear the evidence, before they even hear what's going on, before they even have the facts, they'll bury you. Oh, you ain't got to say nothing. That is my, y'all shouldn't have asked me to start Campbelltown. Y'all should not have asked me to start Campbelltown, because Campbelltown, you're going to hear some things from me that you didn't think you would hear from me on Campbelltown. Okay, this is not church, but I tell you the truth. Huh? Put me some people on the jury that don't go to church and speak in tongues. And though it was never been ordained, don't put those people on my jury, please. Put sinners on there, because I believe sinners will have more mercy on me. Robert, I think sinners will have more mercy on me than church folks. Huh? I believe some sinners will hang the jury on me and let me go rather than church folk. You have some church folk on my jury, boy, they're going to start judging. Oh, and he's supposed to be a bishop, and he's supposed to be a bishop. He need to go straight to hell. Church folk ready to send you straight to You can't. Oh, man, I got to go. Listen, you can't tell me I'm not right. Church folk will ready to send you to hell, send you to jail. And they forget. I don't want to preach, but they forget that the Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. They forget that. It's like, if I was to even go back to the immigrant thing, one of the things that bugs me out is a lot of people that's immigrant here now, but they're legal immigrant. So some people are here and they're illegal immigrant and they got here, right? But now that they have their papers and they got their blue passport, they're the same one talking about, yeah, they need to put those people out of the country. But wait a minute, you was an immigrant too. I don't understand these people, man. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in church. It's like these folk become so judgmental, they forget that they were sinners too. They become so deep, so sentimental, so judgmental that they look at somebody who falls, somebody who have a problem, and they just want to send them to hell and say, wait a minute, now, you forget you used to, you used to. They forget. We're supposed to pray for the brother. I would hope that if I ever get into trouble, if I ever come under persecution, or if I ever slip and fall and I get into trouble, I would hope y'all be praying for me rather than walking around condemning and finding fault, trying to figure out why I got in trouble, why I got in trouble. You know, I would hope y'all be praying for me. If I was to have a medical condition, I hope y'all be praying for me. Rather than trying to figure out, oh, maybe God punishing him, maybe God showing him a lesson, maybe God. Shut up and pray. I'm done. But I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. I'm just sharing my thoughts and my opinion. And I'm particularly talking to church people because the sinners, the unsaved are listening to you. Church folks, the unsaved people, the sinner people are listening to you gossip. They're listening to you criticizing somebody that goes to church like y'all. And the unsaved is listening to all your criticism and they're saying to themselves, well, why should I bother to go to church? Because that's how you treat somebody that goes to church. Why should I bother to go? Are y'all still there? All right, so I'm done. I'm done. But listen, pray. You should be praying for the bishop at this time, not gossiping about him. Use your mouth, not to gossip, but use your mouth to pray for the man. Would you do that? And listen, y'all need to stand guard, man, when you hear people doing that kind of stuff. When you hear people doing that kind of stuff, y'all need to rebuke them. In Jesus' name, rebuke them. So pray, go pray. Go pray and stop talking about the man. Go pray and stop talking about the man. Go pray and stop talking about the man. I'm done for tonight. I'm done venting tonight. I am finished venting. I am finished talking. I hope tonight I've said something that was interesting to you. That's me sharing what's in my head and what's in my heart. And I hope you guys listened to me and understood that, Well, one more thing I need to say to you before you go. Anybody know what's a mongoose? You know what a mongoose? You know what a mongoose is? Well, I'm going to tell you something that's going on over here in this country. The mongoose was given the keys to the chicken cage. So we need to pray for the chickens. We need to keep the chickens in prayer. They gave the mongoose the keys to the chicken coop. That's what's going on over here. I cracked my own self up. Y'all know the mongoose is? That's what's going on. All right, listen, I got to go. Listen, thank you so much for stopping by and listening to me talk tonight. It's so good to be able to talk about some subjects without preaching. So good to be able to talk about some real life issues without getting to preach and do that kind of stuff. Listen. Tomorrow night is Bible class. Tomorrow night is Bible study. And we go back to church stuff tomorrow night. All right? All We go back to church stuff tomorrow night, right? Tonight we're just talking about real life event and all that kind of stuff. Remember to keep Pastor Zena in prayer. Keep Pastor Zena in prayer. Hopefully she'll be back on here real quick. And listen, I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving, all right? Have a happy Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Please, will you? Have a happy Thanksgiving.